one of the first buildings you'll find on campus, just opposite the gym, is also named the North Hanover Building. It has three levels: level zero, level one, and level two. We have a social learning space, a computer lab, bookable group study rooms. On level one, you'll find the welcome desk, our very lively reunion bar. We also have a radio station, Radio Kali Studio, and an advice center, which I'll touch on later on down this webinar. On level two is where you find the student involvement zone, the meeting rooms that you can also book for events and activities, and the full-time officers and the rest of the student association staff. For example, I'm on level two right now in my office in the student association building. And outside of the building, we have a traverse wall, a basketball court, and an outside gym. The student association is fully student run and student led, and every year 4 full-time officers are elected to represent and lead the students' views, um, champion students' causes and campaigns. As I said earlier, my name is Tom Tom, and I'm the student president. And on my left is Chineye, who is the vice president for the School of Health and Life Sciences. And then on my right is Hamza, who is the vice president for the School of Engineering and Built Computing and School of Computing and Engineering and Built Environment. And finally, we have Ailey, who is the vice president for the School of Business and Society. You meet all of us when you're here on campus. Um, the student association, as I said, is fully student run and student led. We also have support from the permanent student association staff. But the student voice is the key democratic group of the student association. It holds the full-time officers to accounts, decides our policies for the year, decides what campaigns are important for us to take on, and it holds 4 meetings every year. It constitutes of students from all parts of the campus, from undergraduates to postgraduates, um, to academic reps, to just people who volunteer and want to be part of the decision making at the student association. Um, we also have an academic rep structure that is managed by the Student Association. At the very top of the slide, you see the full-time officers, which is the four of us I have explained earlier. And then we have the departments, PGT and PGR reps. PGT is basically postgraduate students, and PGR are the postgraduate research students, like PhD students, who all have their different reps for each course, each program, and then departments. And then we also have class reps for each cohorts who also are under the GCU academic, the Student Association academic rep structure. Our advice center, I'm always very happy to tell incoming and current students about the advice center because our advice center um, gives confidential and independent advice and support for GCU students on academic or personal issues. We've had misconceptions in the past where students think um, the student association is also a part of the university, so they don't feel safe and confident in seeking advice from the student association. Um, the advice center also helps with academic representation, support to submit a complaint, harassment advisors, um, first responders, and we also give out free condoms and sanitary products. And let me also add that the student advisors are professionals who are employed in this role to take on cases. So I advise all students coming in to feel confident and free to come to the student association building. If you can't find the offices, you can walk up to any of the full-time officers and we'll direct you to the advisors. We also have a nightline service that is run by trained students from GCU, Glasgow, and Strathclyde. These are other universities in Glasgow. Um, is open from 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. for students to just call if you are feeling down, if you're feeling alone, if you're feeling sad. There'll be someone on the line to listen to you and signpost you to appropriate services if needed. At the Student Association, we also have a load of representation networks, just to make sure that all groups of students are represented, their voices are heard at the highest level of the university. And we have an ethnic diversity network, and each of these networks also have champion officers that work with the full-time officers to lead campaigns for each of these groups. We have disabled students group, LGBT plus students group, women's group, care experience network, mental health and well-being, international students network, and the rest. We also have around 30 sports clubs, and if anyone if you ask about me from anyone on campus, you know that I've been very vocal about our sports clubs at GCU. All student led by volunteer committees, is open to all GCU students. They have weekly social events and competitions. We also have national competitions that our sports clubs take part in. Our sports clubs are generally called GCU Wolves. From cheerleading to basketball to badminton to football to rugby, mountaineering. There are so many clubs, and student groups can always set up a new sports club once you join the university and you find a sports that you want to partake in that we don't already have. We also have over 60 societies for you to choose from. There are many different types of societies: hobby based, cultural, liberation, or politics. Um, Welcoming to all GCU students. And you can also, just like you can start up a club, you can start your own society as well. We have a film society, um, Warhammer society. There are just so many societies, depending on what your interests are in, things that are your hobbies or things that you want to also participate in outside of your academics. We support students to set that up and run it as well. We also have a students magazine called The Edit. It's an award-winning student magazine written and distributed by GCU students. It's been running since 2010. We have loads of online articles and printed magazines. This is also a volunteer committee, and as a GCU student, you can decide to opt into being a part of the Edit. If you're interested in media, journalism, publication, you can build your skills and your resume through joining the Edits and working on articles and reporting events together. As I mentioned earlier, we also have a radio station, which is also student run, open to all GCU students, variety of different shows, and there's always something for everyone. It's www.radiocali.com, as well as the edits, the magazine. You can also join the Radio Cali committee if you're interested in media, if you have shows that you want to stream at your time here at GCU as well. Freshers Week is always so exciting, and we're looking forward to receiving you on campus. This is where you get to meet all the society members, all the exciting things about the Student Association at GCU. We'll have different stalls of societies and sports clubs welcoming you, inviting you to join. There'll be a freshers fair, free food, games, just fun, a nice event to network with new students and meet other students and existing society social events on campus. um I would advise you not to miss Freshers Week. We also have different events that we run every year, aside from campaigns that the full-time officers bring up. The Teaching Awards is one of the events that we have that is very vital to recognizing the work of university staff that support students and just make their student learning experience outstanding. As I mentioned, also, we have a reunion bar and grill. If you just want to relax with your friends, get drinks. Also, if you want to host events, you can book the reunion bar. There's a pool board, there's TVs, there's music. It's open from 12 p.m. to 7 p.m. every day. It's on level one of the Student Association building. As you know, we also have a London campus, and we also have a small unit of our student association there on the London campus. We also have a London officer, class reps, and we're building more social events on the London campus. Um, we recently just got our own office on the London campus just to increase the student representation and student voice in London as well. Um, that is most of all I can tell you about the Student Association. I'll just leave the rest to say when you arrive, we'll be very happy to receive you and support you in any way and help you settle in on campus. Feel free to reach out to the Student Association or any of the full-time officers by going to our website, www.gcustudents.co.uk. If you want to find out more, have any questions. I'll just read through the chat now for any questions. Muhammad Zaid asks, what will we learn in this session? I think that was at the beginning of the session, and I think I must have answered that already. It was basically covering the Students Association and helping you see how you can get involved and why it is important to be involved with the Students Association. Um, oh, thank you. Marisha already answered. Um, Again, there is no president. So we have four full-time officers, the student president, and three vice presidents. The vice president for the School of Computing and Built Engineering and Built Environment is Hamza. You can find his details on the Student Association website as well. Is there a cricket club? I I'm not sure about that, but we can confirm on the website as well. All our sports clubs are on the website, and you can search to find out what clubs are existing. And also, as I mentioned, if you arrive at GCU and you're very interested in starting up a cricket club, if we don't have one, we're very happy to support you with that. Freshers is usually the first 2 weeks of resumption in September. It's usually within those dates. The dates will be communicated when we get closer to the time, and it'll be communicated to all new and returning students as well. Thank you very much. If anyone has any other questions, we still have a bit of time. You can drop it in the chat. I'll be happy to answer any questions. Thank you, Francis. um Yes. So as I explained earlier, we have an academic rep structure system. This is to answer the question, are there student leaders for each faculty? So the school systems can sort of be seen as a faculty as well. So we have three schools. The School of Health and Life Sciences has courses like nursing, um, physiology, occupational therapy, and the health related courses. The School of Business and Society has courses more like social sciences and the rest. The School of Compute Engineering and Built Environments is more engineering, mechanical engineering, um, digital design type of courses. And each of those schools have a vice president. But also further down, beyond the vice presidents, each department also has departmental reps, and each class also has class reps. So the class reps escalates issues to the departmental reps, and the departmental reps who also attend the faculty or school boards can escalate this to the relevant full-time officer for the school. I hope I answered your question, Francis. Ngozi, I want to join any social activity to keep me relaxed, but I'll need a handout to be able to choose properly. Thanks. That's really lovely. You can join any society or sports clubs. And you can reach out as well by just going to our website, check, browse our societies are available. We have a handbook, a digital copy of our handbook on the website as well. You can access that, or whenever you arrive on campus, feel free to drop by the building and ask any questions that you have as well. How much time is required to fully participate in student association? Um, it's entirely really it's really up to you, because a lot of the activities that we have are student led and student run, and there are activities that you can take part in outside of your academic, um the dedicated time for your for your studies. We usually advise students to manage their time properly. Um, Obviously, attend all your classes. Don't miss classes to take part in social activities. Um, but you can dedicate as much of your free time as you want to partaking in societies or sports clubs or volunteering or organizing events. Um, does GCU have any students volunteering opportunities or partnerships with local charities? Yes, a lot of our student societies um, carry out a lot of fundraising and partnering with local charities. Most of the events that our sports clubs or societies have organized, they raise funds at their own discretion. Nobody pushes you to do that, but I mean, for some reason, a lot of our students do that. We're just planning to put out some comms about how our sports clubs raised £14,000 in the last academic year. for local charities around Scotland, which is really impressive. So yes, there's a lot of volunteering opportunities. Being a class rep is volunteering, being a departmental rep is volunteering, and outside of that, there's usually events that take place that you can volunteer to help organize or be a part of as well. How can one become a departmental rep? As soon as you arrive on campus, you're settling in. We usually put out calls for applications for departmental reps on our website, and also lecturers help with disseminating this information as well. The application process is on our website as well. Once you apply, you'll be invited for an interview, and um, yeah, if you scale through, you get the departmental rep position. Is all volunteering. Thank you very much for this webinar. Speaking on student advice, I'm a Nigerian holding a conditional offer. Yeah, Henry, we really look forward to welcoming you. Is there a student leader coming to one's country for visitation to have one-to-one chats with new students? Unfortunately, Sheila, we do not travel to different countries. The Student Association full-time officers are based here on the Glasgow campus for students when you arrive. And if you need any advice here, I'd advise, if you need any support with your application and questions around your admissions process, you keep in close communication with the admissions team. Um, yeah, thank you, Marisha. Thank you guys for really training these questions. You're keeping me very on my toes. um Someone says, can you speak more about the fitness center? So we have a gym. The arc is just opposite the student association building, and last year one of our biggest campaign wins was securing free gym membership for all students. So as soon as you arrive, once you have your student ID card, you can register at the gym and have access to the gym facilities and equipment and classes for your fitness. I hope that answers your question. How can I access the website? I believe Marisha, thank you, Marisha. It's www.gcustudents.co.uk. If you just click on that link, you see the website. As soon as you're a registered student, you automatically become a member of the Students Association, and you would receive emails from us about events, societies, updates on campaigns that we're running, and everything that you need to know. The gym is not open for 24 hours as much as I know. There's a close time. Um, this should also be on the website. Oh, Sheila, that would have probably been from the recruitment team. I do know that the recruitment team visited some countries previously, but that's not a student association activity. That's completely handled by the university and the admissions and recruitment team. Thank you, Marisha. Yes, the gym is not open for 24 hours. Um, it has a closing time. Thank you very much. Thank you as well. Hi, John. Yes, I mentioned earlier on, we have a radio station. It's called Radio Cali. It's also student led. Um, and you can join the Radio Cali committee, be a member. You can, as when you join the Radio Cali committee, you can propose to run your own shows, help organize events, take part in all the activities that they organize as well. There's also a magazine, The Edits. If you're interested in media, writing, journalism, you can also build your skills through this by joining any of the Edits or Radio Cali. Is joining societies free or are there membership fees? Yes, so we entirely leave this decision up to the society members who are also students that set up these societies. So we do have some societies that are free and some societies have membership fees. which range from £2 to £4. These are all decided by the society members because it's entirely student led and run as well. What things make difference between GCU and other universities regarding students association? I'm not completely sure. Um, a lot of other universities also have their own students association and student unions who may not necessarily always have the same structures, but the essential functionality of a student association is to create extracurricular activities for students, support students, represent students in university and their academic matters as well. Does GCU have a swimming pool, or is there a student membership scheme for a local one? We do not have a swimming pool um, for now. However, we do have a swimming club, sports club, who take part in competitions, and as a club, they do, get funds to get access to training and all of that stuff. If you're interested in joining the swim team, you can reach out upon your arrival, and we can direct your support with that as well. Thank you. Marisha has also answered that. Hi, Ngozi. Freshers Week is usually within the first 2 weeks of resumption in September. So, yeah, if you keep an eye out on your email, you'll definitely get um, the dates and confirmation of the events and activities that will take place for Freshers Week upon your registration and arrival. I hope that answers your question. You're very welcome, Nimra. I hope I said your name right. I'm so sorry. Um, if we don't have any other questions, I believe we can take some of our time back, but I'll give it a few more minutes to see if there's any more questions, and then I'll ask Marisha if we can wrap up. But again, while we're waiting, my name is Tom Tom and I'm student president. Feel free to reach out when you arrive on campus to ask any questions. Um, Hi, Deborah. Because this is a live webinar and also this is a student association session, I do not have information on scholarships. I would advise you reach out to the admissions team. Thank you, Ruben. We look forward to having you on campus. Hope you have a great arrival and um, yes, thank you very much, Marisha. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining. I do look forward to meeting you on campus. Feel free to say hi whenever you see me. And I wish you all the best with your completing your application process and arriving here in Glasgow.